What's up, Bronco Nation? Mitch Creel here in the beautiful mountains of Washington, and behind us we have the Bronco built in collaboration with Filson. This is a super sick build. I'm gonna do a walk around and show you guys all of the cool features going into this thing. Maybe give you some ideas for some of your own future Bronco projects, because as you guys know, this thing's about to drop on all you guys. So let's check this thing out. Okay, so to start this off, we've got the Badlands trim level with the Sasquatch package. So as a lot of you guys know, you got the 35-inch tires, beadlock capable wheels, and then it's running the 2.7 EcoBoost 10-speed automatic. Now with this being a Badlands edition, it is equipped with the stay bar disconnect and locking front and rear diffs, again, to get you out of any of the tough situations that you might find yourself in. So the 35s probably do a good job of that, but whenever you need some of the extra help, boom, you can kick those on and go to town. And for the color, a lot of you guys are diehards for Bronco colors. This one's actually a Forest Service green, which we're gonna get into in a little bit, but let's pop into the interior. Okay, so in the interior, this isn't your basic Bronco build. This is actually outfitted with a lot of Filson materials. And for those of you guys who don't know the brand Filson, super rugged. They've got a ton of stuff in here. So we're just gonna kind of walk through all of that. If you can see, you've got all of the canvas around the doors, the armrests, your little netting for anything that you want to put in there. On top of that, you've got a Filson brass plated Bronco emblem, which I think is super sick, in the steering wheel. Now with this being a Badlands trim, you do get all 7 of the GOAT modes, which is really sweet. If you're gonna be tackling fires, it's probably best to have all of the options. But continuing on with the Filson interior part of this, if you look, we've actually got a roll up top. So you can stick your head out the window, you can check out fires, you know, you can get a little bit of sun action, whatever you feel like doing. It comes with some sweet leather straps made by Filson to hold that thing up in place, which we're not gonna do right now. But continuing on, you've got your bring your own device that comes as an option in a lot of the Broncos. With the Luxe package, you do get the USB port to run any accessories that you want, GoPros and stuff like that. In our case, or in this Bronco's case, we're actually running a CB unit. So you can talk to all your other forest fire fighting friends and get all of that situation taken care of. Now, there are obviously a lot of unique things about this build. One thing is the IP topper in this army green. As you guys know, there's a lot of accent pieces in the Bronco, and so this comes green. It's not an option that you can get, but it looks super sweet in this build. You've got your grab handles. Also unique to this vehicle is the Filson seats, reupholstered by Filson with their canvas and their leather. They look super sweet. I'm a sucker for interiors, and this thing has totally got my attention. So, it's got the 12-inch screen. What else do we got in here? We got a lot of goodies. If you check out the center console, that's also upholstered by Filson. Super neat looking. Again, if you're a sucker for interiors, this is just one that'll blow your mind. So, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about some of the tools that this thing is equipped with. Okay, so to start it off, you've seen these limb risers on the 2-door trail rig, the 4-door Overland. If you've been following the Bronco Nation coverage of a lot of this, this build also comes with the limb risers, which will totally come in handy out there when you're fighting fires, just getting stuff out of the way when you're trucking through the mountains. So it comes with those. We also got rigid lights, LED light bar on the top, and this Bronco actually has a custom roof rack that utilizes the customability of the Bronco that Ford integrated when designing this thing. So you've got these custom mounting points that you can use, and that's what they did for the roof rack. Now if we move back here, you can see that this thing is equipped with all kinds of tools that you may need when fighting wildfires. We've got a shovel, we've got the Pulaski axe/shovel. It's basically the Swiss Army knife of shovels. Okay, if we pop into the back, this is a 4-door. There's a lot of room. We've got a couple of hard hats. We've got a fire extinguisher, which is a really good idea to have when fighting fires. Now, if that's not exactly going to cut it, we do have a 50-gallon water tank along with a high-pressure pump to put out fires out there in nature. So it comes with this high-pressure hose, which we're not going to use right now just because that'd make a mess. But all kinds of tools in this thing. We've got a high lift jack for any problems that come out there on the trail. We've got a chainsaw to cut through some of the gnarly stuff that you'll probably find while fighting fires, depending on how big the fire is. Now, real quick, before I move on, I just want to highlight how cool it is, how versatile the Bronco is. You can equip one of these Broncos to go and fight wildfires. You know, you could pull the seats out, you could do a lot with these things. So while this is a firefighting machine, you know, give yourself some ideas, you know, some room to think about what you could do with the space in some of these Broncos. So we're gonna move on, but I just think that's a really cool fact about this thing. Continuing on with a lot of the tools on the roof rack, you've got this thing, which was explained to me as just something where you can stomp out a lot of the fires, just slap them out. You got another Swiss Army knife axe, super cool. You've got the warning flag when there's a lot of fires going on in the stand up there. And just the roof rack in general, it just kind of highlights, you know, all of the space and storage and things that you can actually throw up there. So it is strong enough to double as a lookout post. If you're trying to check stuff out, you need a higher vantage point. That's where that thing comes in handy. Couple more rigid lights on the back. If we pop into this side, you do have something that I think is really cool. You've got I forgot the name, but it's essentially a tool that drips fire. So it's like your 1900s flamethrower. It's a really cool device. Why they didn't get a real flamethrower, I don't know, but that thing is definitely gonna do the job, because what a lot of you guys probably don't know, and something I didn't know, was that the wildfire fighting crew, the NFF, they do controlled burns. So it's not just fighting the fires that happen. Moving on from all of that fun stuff, other things that aren't unique to this Bronco, available to the majority of the public, cool features like the hitch in the back with the bumper. This Bronco is equipped with the rock rails, so you can bash them up however you want. They could take a beating, trust me. We do have the modular bumper on the front equipped with the Warn winch. That's good for 10,000 pounds. Super capable. Also, one of the cool features that ought to be talked about, because it's going to be asked about a lot, is why are the letters Bronco spelled backwards? And that's because if you guys are familiar with ambulances, and if you've ever seen one in your rear view mirror, they actually spell ambulance backwards. So when you see them coming, it spells out ambulance, you know to get out of the way. So that's just a cool feature that they decided to do, Bronco spelled backwards. So when you're looking at it in the rear view mirror, you see it the right way. So there you have it, guys. That is the Ford Bronco FireCrew built in collaboration with Filson for the National Forest Foundation. It's a super sick build. If you guys ever get a chance to see one of these in person, do so. There will be 3 roaming about, because Ford will be partnering with Filson again to make 3 of these for the National Forest Foundation. So you should see some of these hopefully romping around taking out forest fires. So anyways, guys, we're gonna be releasing a lot more on that in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. If you guys got any questions, leave them down in the comments. We'll be sure to answer those for you. And for those of you guys who are new, make sure you subscribe, because we got a lot of other awesome content headed your way. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching, and take it easy. Peace out.